I want to get the read on all of this with Sean O'Brien. He is the Teamsters President. I don't believe, though, Sean, that this is in your bailiwick, or could you educate me?
Yes, it's definitely in our purview. We are affiliated with the Teamsters. We have 150,000 members. I'm getting on a plane later on this afternoon to go up there and support our 10,000 members who have been locked out. So this is a very big part, large part of our organization. We're an international union.
Got it. I didn't know quite the details there, but what is the issue here then? Go ahead.
The issue is they want to expand the schedules, less break times, and also they're not paying attention to our demands on safety. Now, we've seen what's happened in the U.S. and Palestine, Ohio, and other places, and they want to limit crews. You can't sacrifice safety and or family time home, all chasing record profits. And it's the same playbook that our carriers used 2 years ago in the United States.
You know, this comes at a time, you know, the last and final night of the Democratic convention, to which I guess you've not been invited. Now, it would be hard if you're flying up to Canada now to go, even if they did. How do you feel about that?
They're definitely going to invite me. They will definitely invite me, knowing I'm not going to be available.
Okay. How do you feel about that back and forth? What happened there?
As far as what?
As far as not being invited.
Yeah, I don't take it personal. You know, I mean, look, the one thing that I pride myself on is representing the people that give me the privilege to represent them. And look, I've been in situations where I spoke to the RNC, not a comfortable place to be. And, you know, maybe the far left extremists, the Democratic extremists, don't want to hear from loud and critical voices. I spoke at the RNC in front of corporate elitists, called them out. And those same corporate elitists maybe have different names and different identities, but they're involved in the Democratic Party as well. Look, I don't take it personal. I've got a job to do this week. I'm fighting for 10,000 members.
You say you don't take it
Airlines.
personally, but you know, shouldn't you? I mean, you represent, like you said, if you include everybody, 160,000 union workers, North America. I mean, that's a pretty big number. You also have been very impactful and successful at getting very friendly strikes resolved on behalf of your men and women at UPS and elsewhere. So why aren't you taking it personally?
I just don't, because you know why? Here's the reality of we have 50% or more of our members that are Republicans. So I have to represent them as well. I have to represent the Democratic interests. I got to represent the Republican interests. And I'm going to do that. Look, if people choose to not invite us, you know, I think my members are taking it more personal than anybody.
Will you just pass then? Will you just pass on supporting either candidate this year, or what?
Well, we haven't got there. Like I said, we've got our polling going on right now. We are going to have a meeting with our General Executive Board, and we are going to release all the data to the most important people. We're going to be transparent with our membership. So we still got a ways to go. And just remember, we haven't endorsed any candidate till after both conventions have been concluded, I think around the mid-September.
But, Sean, I don't mean to be rude, but you wouldn't be a little influenced, or your board or your fellow colleagues, you know, supporting a party that clearly didn't want you to come to its convention?
Look, I've been not invited to certain arenas, and that's okay. The people that I represent are the people that dictate what I need to do every single day, and that's fight for American workers. If the Democrats don't want to hear from one of the most influential unions, shame on them. But, you know, the reality is our work is going to still be focused on, you know, taking care of American workers and Teamster members.
Well, I've talked to some of those in that party, the Democratic Party, says shame on you for saying anything good about Donald Trump, as you did. Speaking to the Republican convention, I got to preface, it was only a couple of days after the assassination attempt. And you were very critical of Donald Trump and what he had to say in this conversation he had with Elon Musk on striking workers and firing them. So there is that, but it's sticking. And I'm wondering if there's any way of a rapprochement here.
Well, it's sticking. Look, like I said the other day, if someone says something, I don't care who you are, that's disparaging to working people, I'm going to call you out on it. You know, the DNC, you know, chose not to have me there, and that's their choice. We all make choices, and there's consequences for everybody's actions. And at the end of the day, you know, they're going to need us more than we need them.
That's probably an understatement. I'm just wondering now, they can argue, Democrats, well, we've got a whole change thing. And last month we have a new nominee, the old guy is out, there's a new person in. Has there been any contact with Kamala Harris's people or some sort of a roundtable meeting, discussion soon after the convention? Would you even bother with that? What?
So they reached out last Friday, and committed to coming before a roundtable. But I tell everybody all the time, does any employer ever hire someone before they do an interview? So, it's funny, I'm getting criticized for not making the endorsement. We haven't even talked to her, which we are going, obviously they committed. But we've got questions for her, like we do with every other candidate, about what their stance is on labor and Teamster members. And, we've got a right as an organization to do our due diligence.
No bitterness on your part, regardless. The ultimate decider on who you endorse will be what?
It's going to be our members and our members' input and the transparency of our members. One thing we have done that I'm not sure anybody else has done, we've polled all of our members. We've done 3 or 4 different polls, and we're going to release that data so our members understand where our membership is trending.
Wouldn't it be a killer, now that they heard that you're going up to Canada to deal with this strike issue, that they said, oh, you didn't get our invite. We sent it out today.
I've been checking my mail, and I've even been tracking my UPS Z code to make sure that I didn't miss it.
All right. Well, keep us posted. Always good having you, Sean. Sean O'Brien, president of the Teamsters, has a lot on his plate right now.